welcome to another episode of J Bros Cooking. And today we are going to be making
Philly cheesesteak sandwiches.
Wow. And now this is one of those things, I want to just go ahead and do a disclaimer right at the beginning. We know that there's some really good Philly cheesesteak back east, probably in Philly. We are not claiming to make the best. We can't always get back east, so.
No, I've never actually had one from Philly. Have you, Joe? I've never been to Philly.
I haven't. I drove through when I went to my cousin's wedding a few years. I know, drove through like it was just around the corner. We went on a family road trip, and my son loves the Rocky movie, and he wanted to do the...
Did you do the steps?
The steps, and so I dropped my wife. There's nowhere to park, like nowhere to park. So I just pulled up. This like security guard, he was like a total police academy reject. Rolls up behind me. And he like didn't even have like the lights. He like, had the little yellow lights. He like turned them on like he was all hard. But he didn't get out because he couldn't really do anything, you know. I was just waiting for them to run up. So I pulled around, and then they jumped in the van after they like ran up the steps, and he just like followed me like almost like all the way to New York. He just kept following me and following me and following me. It was like, dude, they just ran up the steps. Relax, bro. That was my experience in Philly.
So no time for cheesesteak.
No time for cheesesteak.
One of the reasons why I told Joe, like, I've been wanting to do this recipe for a while, but like the steak's supposed to be really, really thin. So I found out Fry sells
Kroger in your
Kroger.
Anywhere else in the U.S.
Kroger sells a shaved like steak tenderloin, or so they say. But it's beef, and it's shaved. Very thin.
We're going to try this. Eventually, we'd like to get a meat slice there, but it's just not really in our budget right now.
No. So we're going to go ahead and get started. The olive oil, spread out there a little bit. We'll start cooking. All right, Joey. Here's some of it. Going on. I don't think I did this evenly. I think I got too much on that.
This would be like John's, and this would be mine.
All right, so Joe's going to thinly slice our onion.
Because John forgot the
mandolin. So now we get to see Joe's knife skills.
Which I don't really have.
Look at that, though. Oh, I can see through those guys.
Onions going on.
Hit it with a little bit of that salt, pepper, garlic, a little flavor. Salt will help them break down.
SPG. J Bros mix. It's not our mix, but...
Well, it is our mix.
We did mix it ourselves. We didn't invent it, though. Which way do you want? Inside or outside flip?
Whichever way is easier for you. Flip towards the onion. Don't flip towards you. Ooh, look at that. Nice little sear on that.
I can go either way, John.
Can you? Let's hit it with a little more seasoning. All right, Joe, I'm gonna lay out our peppers. We'll go ahead and start chopping up getting this a little bit separated.
I'm going to slice the hoagie roll. Not quite cut it all the way through. Alright, so they just said use Cheese Whiz. This is original Cheese Whiz.
So we're going to be making one with the Cheese Whiz, one with the Provolone. I'm going to go ahead and actually throw the Provolone on. Let it start melting up.
I didn't know if there's a special Cheese Whiz that Cheese Whiz makes for the sandwiches.
Remember what was the restaurant when we went to Corleone's?
Yeah.
And they used to have the big old, the number 10 cans. And that's pretty much what it looked like. They had the red label, it just said Cheese Whiz on it. And they used to have those stacked up all over the place.
I like that place too. There's one right by my house. And every Monday I usually start a diet. So I go there and buy like 10 different things. And everyone's like, why are you ordering 10 different things? I'd be like, because I'm starting a diet on Monday. I don't think that's the way they do it.
You don't think that's the way they do it, Joey?
They usually put the bread down on the...
They do. Well,
it's all right.
It was falling apart. We work with what we got.
We're not native.
All right, so we got a little bit of peppers and onions we're going to put on there.
Worst Philly cheesesteak I ever had. I went to Village Inn. You ever been to Village Inn?
Like once, maybe.
It's a Chili's cheesesteak. And it had like this boatload of mushrooms on it. I know some people love mushrooms, but I just never knew that people put mushrooms on a Philly. I like, who does that?
Let that cheese grab it a little bit. Joe's going authentic on this one.
I don't even know what I'm doing here. John's just telling me what to do.
It's leaving some. We may have messed up.
Come on, John. Do it.
You know what? This is why we make it at home. Because we would not be working at a Philly cheesesteak restaurant. Would we, Joey? Oh, look at that.
That might get you hired at a Philly cheesesteak.
Look at that, huh?
All right.
We're back with our finished Philly cheesesteak sandwiches. We had to go full on Philly
Is this Philly?
attire. Well, see, for us growing up, right, Joe? Only Philly meant one thing. Growing up in our dad's house.
And that was
Rocky.
Because my dad loves
Rocky.
the movie.
And he's lost no passion for it. That was, all the grandkids got a shirt that said Rocky on it this year for Christmas.
Anyway.
So I told Joe, I was like, I've never been to Philly. You've been to Philly. But, you know, we got to represent Philly. And so
sorry for all you real Philadelphians or whatever you call them.
But, you know, it's Rocky all up in here. Shall we taste it?
Let's taste it.
So we got, this will be the Whiz Wit. And then we got the Provo. Going in? Going in. Good smell. The movie's playing in my head right now. He's approaching the steps right now. That's how I feel. He's getting close to the steps.
Oh, Adrian.
And this is funny. I think I might have mentioned this once before in another video we talked about, because our family's all from New York. And my mom, when we grew up, she's a teacher. She quit teaching when kids were born. When we got older, she went back to
Keep talking.
She went back to substitute teaching. She said, she's like, I don't think it was a compliment. She's like, the kid meant it as a compliment, but it was like elementary school, and the kid was like, are you from New York? But he thought it was New York. But she's like, yeah, why? He's like, because you sound just like Rocky. That's not really a compliment, but he heard the back east in her voice. All right, let's get into, that was good. I want to go for another bite, but let's go. This is the what, the provolone?
That's good.
Also very good. All right, Joey, what would your preference be? I liked it with the roasted bell pepper. That gave it a nice flavor.
I like the one with the cheese whiz better.
It had more flavor. And it's funny because I told you, I tasted the cheese whiz on its own before, and I was like, it's not really that great, but in the sandwich, very good.
I'm even more excited to go try a real one in Philly.
Yeah. If you're looking for a good Philly cheesesteak recipe,
Oh, can I take this off now?
we got to finish the video first.
Okay, let's close it out. It's hot.
Give us a like and subscribe. J Bros Cooking Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. YouTube, of course, where all of our videos are.
Remember, it's always better when you make it yourself. But maybe not. It's probably better in Philly.
Yeah, you're probably right. J Bros out.